Ron, do you mind if I interview you for the Inside John's Mind YouTube channel?
Go for it.
All right, so what are you doing?
I am filming B-roll for the Apple Watch review at the moment.
So I filmed my part yesterday, and then
Yes,
the B-roll the rest of the B-roll is getting filmed today.
Yeah, we did some B-roll yesterday. We're doing the rest of the pickup shots. It's usually tough to tell. I usually gauge it off of what you said in the review, and then we kind of work backwards and get B-roll for what we need. So that's kind of what we're doing at the moment. We're getting the remaining B-roll. We're about 3/4 of the way through the review, editing-wise, which is on the computer over there, and then yeah, so we're getting close to done.
So what's B-roll and what are pickup shots?
It's pretty much just shots of the watch, in this case the watch, and stuff that we're demonstrating to physically show what you're talking about in the review. So if you're talking about a particular feature or something, we can actually show it on the watch. So right now I'm just lining up a shot, but you know, demonstration in the UI and stuff like that. So people just don't have to hear you talk, they can actually see what you're talking about.
So what are you filming with?
This is our A7S. We have a 24-70 f4 on here, and this is the Atmos Shogun. So we get 4K out of this. Pretty cool setup, and yeah.
So a lot of people ask why we have 4K cameras, but we're not uploading in 4K.
Well, one of the big reasons is because we actually get to punch in because we're exporting in 1080p. So we can actually like crop in on shots and tilt them a little bit if we need to. If we need to stabilize shots, that gives us a little more ability to stabilize a little bit better. Just gives us a little more flexibility overall. So it's a luxury and it's nice.
Yeah. So we're getting everything set up now. So when you watch the Apple Watch review, which will probably go up, I think Thursday morning, depending on what day you watch this behind the scenes stuff. When it goes up though, I'll put a link to it down below so you can actually see what the B-roll ended up looking like in the review. So what's the camera hooked up to?
Oh, this is our Edelkrone slider. We have 2 motors on it. This motor is I believe it's called the action module. It'll basically move the slider side to side. So you can, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a motor in there, and it's not on right now. And this is the target module. So we put a different head on this, and it'll actually mechanically tilt the camera for us if we want to focus on a particular point or something. But it's basically just automated functions for the slider, so we don't have to physically move it back and forth.
And then being edited, this is the shots that we filmed yesterday of me actually doing the review. And you're editing in Premiere Pro here?
Yes, Adobe Premiere Pro, CC. And so as you can see, it's a bit of a mess, and so right now I'm at about this point in the overall edit. So we have about that much more to go. Just getting shots for this remaining part, and that should pretty much be it. And then we just gotta do a quick color grade over the whole thing. And
when you do a color grade, what does that entail, or what are you looking to do and accomplish other than make me not look see-through?
Other than giving you a tan, we are trying to basically match up like different shots. You know, when we film in different parts of the office, you know, we have different lighting, and some shots come out a little bit brighter than others, and there's not much we can do to control that. So we're trying to correct a lot of that stuff. You know, we're trying to saturate a little more, give it a little more color and a little more life. Pretty much just kind of even everything out and smooth everything out.
In regards to color grading and B-roll, what are sort of short advice that you'd give people who are doing their own editing? I mean, you've been doing this professionally for years and you're incredibly skilled at it. What would you tell people to look for as a sort of learning to do it?
Yeah, I'd probably say just focus a lot on shooting a lot of B-roll, especially, you know, if like we're lucky enough to have like a motorized slider and stuff like that. But even before we had the motorized slider, you know, getting shots like perfectly smooth and that sort of stuff is really difficult to do on the first take. So I would say take your time, take a lot of time, and also think about how the B-roll relates to what you're talking about. If you are doing tech videos like this, it means a lot when what you're showing on screen matches up to what you're talking about. That's always really, really helpful. And then look for good lighting spots and shoot near windows and all that sort of stuff. So that all helps.
So last question, what are you editing on? What's the hardware?
Oh, this is a 5K iMac. Let's see, should I pull this back real quick? Yeah, so this is a 5K iMac, 27-inch, 4 gigahertz, Intel Core i7, 32 gigs of RAM. Graphics card is the AMD Radeon, 4 gigs dedicated memory, so it's a beast for sure.
And what about that piece of badassery right there?
This is we just actually got this. It's basically just a dock for external hard drives. These are not the fastest hard drives in the world, but that's not the point. They're just 4 terabyte drives each, so that we can actually back up all of our old videos that we don't really use anymore, just for reference if we need to pull files for, you know, something like we're doing like just a flashback of some sort or whatever in videos, just to have that. And so we can swap these out and just keep backing up and just have our old footage safe if we ever need to access it again.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Where's